Welcome back to the
Yep.
podcast. Today we're talking with Jake Turner from the Annandale Warbirds. What's going on, boss?
Hey, what's up, Keegan? Not much.
Love to hear it. Well, we typically start off our podcast pretty quickly. I know you're an avid listener, so we typically ask people how they first got started playing paintball.
Awesome. Yeah, so probably 2003, 2004, when I was 13, 14, just playing kind of like in our backyards and shooting each other with paintballs more than like actually playing games. And like shooting the side of a shed, brass eagles and spiders.
Mhm.
And then a couple tournaments, when you have your parents' money. So played until maybe freshman year. And then, so that's 2005 or so. And then kind of stepped away from the game when you don't have like your parents' money anymore. And then
Oh
like,
yeah.
Fair.
you're in high school, you have different priorities at that point for sure.
Hmm.
So stepped away, and then I kind of picked the gun back up 5 years ago when after I moved to Minnesota.
Where'd you move from?
I moved here from Omaha, Nebraska, born and raised. So like my first field was like Mad Cow Paintball, and that's kind of where Omaha Vicious played, and like I knew Chris Hooker. I went to high school with him.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, it was kind of a small community back then, and if I kind of stuck with it or stayed there, I definitely think different things could have happened for my paintball career.
For sure. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the stuff I learned in paintball, most of the stuff I know in paintball is hugely because of you. So I'm kind of glad your career didn't go where you might have been hoping it did, because I wouldn't have been able to get the coaching I got from you.
Yeah, just playing at a different level. Not saying I would have gone pro or anything like that, but yeah, to just play with some of those guys that I knew went to that level were it's pretty cool. And I just like to share my knowledge when I'm at the field, whether it's any of you guys through the years or like just any like walk-on players or people for the Sunday Challenge. I just like to share what I know. It's part of my job too. So
Yeah, for
I,
sure.
I love it because you'll just come over. Like I'll be just dicking around on the field, and you'll just come over to me and be like, "Hey, what's going on? Yeah, that last point you were playing, you were doing this and this, and I really like I saw you doing this, and like maybe you could do this." And I like as I love getting pointers because I've always like, it's always I love getting different perspectives on different things, and so getting a perspective like you who's actually shooting me, is greatly appreciated. So,
For sure.
I
definitely.
I definitely I love the fact that you definitely go around, and it's not just us, it's everybody. Like you said, it's everybody you go to share your knowledge with. So I greatly appreciate that you do that for everybody. So thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you're welcome. And I do it for anyone. You've shot me many times before as well. That's for
Not
sure.
more than you shot me.
And
Yeah.
and if
I
I
second
if I
that.
just see something obvious, I will say something, right? Like if it's blatant. But like otherwise, anyone can make the mistakes that we make. But if it's obvious and I see it, I definitely am gonna let someone know.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's awesome. But what was your first marker?
Oh man. Other than maybe those brass eagle like talons and stuff out of Walmart, I feel like my first gun, if I recall, was a Spider Electra.
Ooh.
Kind of playing in the woods, like full auto, just fucking letting that solenoid rip in your bedroom like every night. Like I don't know, like I think I had one of those, and then like my first real tournament gun was probably Proto Matrix.
Ooh.
That's different.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you rocking right now?
Currently, I follow the CS and just the Planet Eclipse line at the moment, but I've tried most of them. I'm rocking a CS3 Pro currently, or an R5,
Hell
and then
yeah.
my beater is a CS2 Pro.
Which one do you prefer, the CS3 or the R5?
It's tough to say because I just got the Pro, and granted, the ergonomics aren't much different than the standard CS3 that I had before.
Mm-hmm.
Currently it's obviously the CS3 Pro. It's the new shiny thing. But shooting my first IV core style bolt, as in like that R5, it feels good. It sounds good. And it's a little bit quieter. I feel like I can hear more and like talk more on the field with that marker. So
Yeah.
there is something about the R5 that's really grown on me since I got it.
Interesting.
Have you typically stayed with PE guns over the years, or have you kind of branched out a little bit and tried other things?
I would say that I've branched out and tried everything. I've had forces. I've had, obviously the PE guns. I've had a shocker before. I've had a Lux before. Die M2s.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've tried a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of paintball gear. You'll have to shoot us some pictures so we can put them up, and we can all look at how much gear you have and the special things you do have, because you got a lot of cool gear too.
Oh, swagger gear too. I
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah,
collect a
I
lot of
can
cool
post some stuff. I mean, it's just like multiple pairs of pants or multiple jerseys, but like, yeah, I mean, maybe some cool hoppers or barrels, but yeah, I could definitely post some pictures and some
Yeah.
stuff for you guys.
I mean, I've seen some of your headbands. Some of the headbands that you have are insanely cool. They're stupid expensive.
Oh man, that market's crashed, unfortunately, for anyone who knows Hormesis right now. But yeah, I like the whole slogan, look good, feel good, play good. At least
For
we try
sure.
to play good when we're out there, but I'm damn well gonna look good while I'm out there. Well, it's one of
Hell
the few
yeah.
sports. It's one of the few sports where you can wear almost exactly anything and everything that the pros wear, but like maybe not be on that level, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't feel like there are a lot of sports, I guess you can really truly do that.
Yeah.
How long have you been with the Annandale Warbirds?
2022, so going on 4 years now.
Damn, okay.
And I picked the gun back up in 2019, kind of right before COVID, right at the beginning of COVID, so to speak.
Hmm.
Okay. Hey, were you on any teams prior?
Yeah, so I started at Vintage and just kind of shooting and playing there, and it met the Ignition guys and like Josh Paletti and Chris Tran and some of those people.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hideaway Baller Corps was one of my first serious teams. So after my first year, I played with Child of the Corn one event for a vintage paintball series, and then that season ended. So then 2021 started, and I was playing with the Baller Corps and Josh and Jared and those guys up at Hildebrandt. And we did really good that year. I mean, we took the summer and the fall cup for 5-man, which is pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Some pretty sweet memories of some really cool friends and some really good players.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know you were part of the Baller Corps. That's kind of cool to get your perspective on that. I'm curious, what enticed you to join the Warbirds?
It's just Hildebrandt Hideaway didn't, at the time offer exactly what I was needing, and just wanting to play at like a different level and have a more consistent, program. And
Mhm.
with my work, it makes sense because the Warbirds provide like a practice schedule at the beginning of the season. Come by April, we have our whole schedule for the whole year planned out. So it's really good to work around with like for work and some of us that have professions and things like that. Like it just made sense. And I was there all the time giving them my money, so I might as well save some money, even though I'm still buying paint.
Yeah. No, I feel you. That's actually that's genius. I mean, that works out perfectly for everybody, and it helps out a lot too, getting your schedule at the beginning of the year, and you can just take it all off at one time and not have to worry about it, 2 weeks in advance or whatever.
Yep. And like talking to JT and then the other Warbirds, like it was just such a welcoming environment. Like again, it just only felt right to like join those, groups of guys that again I call my friends now, and it just made sense.
Yeah, I agree. The Warbirds have been overwhelmingly welcoming. Every single one of you guys. I mean, you guys, a lot of things that I've learned are from you and JD, as I've said before, but all the other guys are more than willing to help out and teach and show you things. And if you do something wrong, you can ask, or they'll just come up and tell you. You guys have all been super welcoming to anybody and everybody who's out on that field.
Yeah.
Yep. The harder our competition is, the better we're gonna get.
Right, for sure. That's why we like playing you guys. You guys have always beat us.
Oh man, it's getting closer, buddy. It's getting closer. Let me
Oh
tell you.
yeah, we'll get there one day. We'll get there.
But so when you typically look at a season as a whole, what do you expect, out of, those meetings at the beginning of the season when you guys are planning your season? What are the type of things that you typically go through?
So being a team captain, I'm actually part of this role.
Mhm.
So we cover everything from finances for the year, kind of what we looked at for the previous year, and making any adjustments for the following, season. And that's also based on the decision of what series or what events are we going to play, because that's a certain level of money commitment that you need at the beginning of the year. So that
Mhm.
justifies and like we'll change the amount that needs to be given. Then we go over communication and calls, and we have time where we do like Q&As or like people can ask questions, and we try to come up with new ideas and different things that we want to do, like team bonding and just anything you can think of. But it's just a good opportunity to get everyone together too, and like break bread and hang out. And this year it happened to be on the Super Bowl, so anyone who wanted to hang out at JT's house after could still stay there and watch the game.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. It's so much fun. It's crazy how you play with these guys. You just go out to the field, you start playing with these guys, and you become friends. And you're traveling the United States with these guys, going to tournaments and staying in hotels and Airbnbs, and then all of a sudden they're like some of your best friends. You're hanging out with them outside of paintball. Like, it's crazy how fast that happens.
Definitely, like they become your family. They become your brothers. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What position do you play out on the field, Jake?
Primarily, you're gonna typically catch me on that D side, running a 1 or 2 over there. Occasionally the 3, and then possibly the 2 on the snake side. I mean, just like all the Warbirds have said, we are very flexible, very adaptable. If something's not working on one side, you might again find us playing a different role. Would I say I'm going to be the 1 for a snake on a tournament? I mean, probably not. But could I do that on the D side? Yeah. So you're gonna probably catch me on that D side.
Okay. You prefer playing the 1 or 2 on D side?
Oh, it depends on the day and how I woke up that morning and what kind of music I listened to on the way to the field.
You had your Wheaties in the morning.
Yeah, like am I there to do some damage, or am I just but no, all seriousness, I probably like to be the 1. I like to be the difference maker, and I like to be the guy who, can kind of be the person the team can rely on for some of those high pressure situations.
For sure. Yeah, that's awesome. So then with all the gear that you have, how do you keep it all organized? Like, do you keep all of it in like a room, or do you have it all in your gear bag? How do you keep it all organized?
So I guess I have a room with spare masks, like, 5 or 6 masks and a couple cleats and all my lenses. Like all my extras are going to definitely be in a spare room. And then all my gear, so 2 guns, 2 hoppers, a tank, whatever, most soft goods are all going to be in my roller bag.
Oh, perfect.
So then I just have that between.
You have like a big ass roller bag. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. No. So I have the infamous roller bag, like the 102, like the new one. So it's like weather resistant, and like the wheels are nice and quiet compared to the PE rollers. But also the PE roller bags are secondhand, probably like the best bag out there. Those the big cubes.
Yeah, I have a travel army bag, and it's really nice. It fits all my gear and everything, but it's too big.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard about someone complaining about how big something is, like their gear bag?
Yeah,
I know.
It's like stupid heavy, and then like it doesn't have like a, what is it called? Like a pull out handle. So it's like bouncing off my leg as I'm walking.
That's funny.
It is what it is. It works.
Yeah.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, it's like those PE roller bags. You're rolling them through the airport, and like the wheels have little ribs on them, so it sounds like a little helicopter just rolling through the airport. It's so loud.
That's
You're not
awesome.
quiet at all.
Hell yeah.
So talking about airports, I from what I know, you've traveled a lot for paintball. You want to tell us where you've gone?
Oh man, yeah, just off the rip, California, Florida, Texas, Kansas, Indiana, Nebraska, yeah, obviously Minnesota, Wisconsin. Yeah, I think that's it.
What was your favorite place to play?
Favorite place, favorite experience probably would have been Camp Pendleton. When I won the Champions Club and got to play with Dynasty for the weekend. That was probably
that's awesome.
Break that
probably
down
one of my
for us. Holy shit! What?
Yeah. Yep. So I was part of the Dynasty Champs Club, and the first quarter I won the grand prize.
Damn.
So I got to go spend the weekend down in San Diego with the guys, and played at Camp Pendleton and stayed at Skinny Kevin's house and the whole shebang, and just was one of the teammates for the whole weekend.
That's sick.
Oh, fucking sweet.
Yeah, it was epic. It was just an unforgettable experience.
It's cool that the pros do stuff like that. You don't hear about other sports doing things like that for the community, especially in the pro division.
No, definitely not. Like a lot of paintball players are, there for the community. And I don't think without the community, they wouldn't have, some of the things that they have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
They're marketing themselves and, a brand most of the time. And then there's just their personality. Like, yeah.
I was gonna ask before we got too off topic. How many guys are a part of the Warbirds? Because I tried to ask. I think tried to ask Logan and JD, and they didn't really know.
Oh man, an exact number? I don't have it off the top of my head unless I were to pull it up just in a moment. But I always say right around 15. Are all 15 of us actively playing?
Mhm.
But is that how many people could play? I would say so. Right around that 15 range.
I always thought there was a
Yeah.
lot more of you.
Pass, and maybe hang arounds and stuff like they're, obviously way more, but yeah, not more than 15 probably. I would say 15 to 20 active players.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad number. I mean, if there's any
Mm.
tournament that comes up, you guys always got players.
Yeah, we do what we can. We struggled a little bit with X Ball, but we have a lot of, I think, traction going right now, and we're hoping to again just keep developing some of our green players we have now and see what happens by the end of the year as well.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah,
are you
you
guys? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Keegan.
sorry, no, you're good. You picked up Jesse, and he's been balling out for you guys. He seems like a really good pickup, and he looks like he's adapting pretty well to his new role on the team. Can you kind of talk about like how you kind of mentor someone into being more comfortable, more confident, especially being brand new for someone being brand new to the team?
Yeah, definitely. Like one thing with, Jesse and any, kind of newer player, like at the time, like I'm not saying he was lost, but like some of these new players aren't in the right place or they're not on a team or an established, consistent group of guys that they can play with, right? They're just being thrown on random teams and they can't establish communication, which is, 75% or if not more of the game.
Mhm.
And you can't do that with like strangers. So like Jesse and like the way he's excelling right now, like part of it's his communication and the way that like we're there to like joystick him and give him feedback and he's super receptible to it and like he only grows from it. And not just again Jesse, like some of our other green players like Junior and Landon as well. Like if we keep working with them, like I told you, our enemy gets better, we get better. As long as we keep developing some of these green guys, we're only going to get better, and they're going to get better faster playing with us.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
second that. I mean, I've always played out at Annandale, and I would say I've gotten a lot better playing against you guys. I mean, you guys don't necessarily hold back. You guys are always giving it your all, always making sure that you're getting in the practice that you need to get in, but you're also making sure that everybody's getting in what they need to get in.
Yeah.
Yep, and it kind of showed last weekend again with Jesse. He got team MVP for the weekend. I mean, like, um, so he's balling out right now for sure.
Hell yeah, good
How
for
do you
him.
how do you like your new jerseys?
Oh man, so it's always fun every year. Right now, I think we're going to be doing an alternate jersey, and it just adds a little freshness, a little hype, a little excitement to the team, and the boys really like the black ones, so that was a success.
Yeah, I think those new jerseys are really slick.
I feel like I'm gonna take. I kind of want to take credit because I was telling JT that we were gonna get our next jerseys are gonna be black. I feel like maybe he stole the idea.
Oh, I was actually gonna say it was actually my idea. So
Oh.
I designed the red jerseys. He definitely finished and put in all his notes and stuff too.
Mhm.
Like the gray jersey, like all these different jersey kind of renditions have kind of been my traction in trying to get him to kind of push for some of these designs. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that black one was definitely a brainchild of me. I will say that, which is pretty cool.
So what you're
I
saying is
guess.
you've been listening to our conversations and you stole our idea.
I don't know, maybe.
I just think that's cool because we were having a discussion on with like darker jerseys are hotter during the summertime. And I'm like, well then why do half the pro NXL team like paintball pro teams have black jerseys? If that's the case, like these guys are playing down in Tampa, they're playing in Florida, like and like Texas, wherever the NXL goes. They're playing in heat. They're not having
Yep.
problems. So why like I don't know if you can elaborate a little bit more on that or not, but it's like I don't think there's a problem with having darker jerseys.
No, like I mean, there's not too much I feel to elaborate on that. Like other than if it's hot, just wear a tank top or just that single layer underneath. That maybe like a dry wicking shirt. Like I don't know. And it's part of the game, Like people wear stocking caps. If you look at say like Axel and some of the pros, and they're going crazy hard and like pushing their body to like the limits and sweat.
Mhm.
Like and they're wearing a beanie in 90 degree weather. It's insane.
Yeah.
So no, you're gonna wear the amount of layers you need for that time to be comfortable. And like we play in the winter conditions, I'd rather be comfortable. And so if it's hot, I'm gonna layer down. If it's warm, I'm gonna try to layer up.
Yeah, for sure. I also feel like the black jerseys aren't that big of a deal because you're mainly sitting in the shade for the most part, unless you're playing, you know?
Yep.
And you're
I
only
would.
really out there for sometimes a couple minutes. Very rarely do you go over 10 minutes for a point. So you're collecting too much heat, probably breathing a lot. But I feel like in retrospective, like the temperature of how you're gonna feel out there, the black, or if you're doing a dark jersey black, that's not gonna be anything comparable. And that's not gonna
Mhm.
make a difference. But you kind of touched on it a little bit, about playing in the wintertime. What do you
Mhm.
do during the winter to keep your wits about you for paintball?
Like, what do I do for myself, like during the off season, kind of a thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess at that point it's gonna be just a lot of studying and watching videos, and I still have the Go Sports membership or Go Sports membership, so can log in there and watch any points. Working on your mechanics at home is huge. So like sitting there and maybe having a gun in your hands and transitioning left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, things like that. Flexibility, stretching. I would like to say working out, but I don't personally work out as much as I like to. So just taking care of your body and just keeping a gun in your hands and knowing that it's perishable. If you don't do it, you're gonna come out of this off season and you're gonna be a lot more rusty.
Oh, for
And
sure.
yeah, air assault, Brent and Splat Ball offer Splat. They offer an indoor facility. So that's a place where I've been able to play some nights and some weekends to keep the rust off and just try to keep my sword sharp for the winter.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
we always say the same thing, Randy.
I
We're like, that's awesome. We say that's awesome and say, hell yeah, that's fucking awesome.
know, dude. That's because I'm always like waiting for something else just in case. I'll just give a one-word answer just in case they're about to say something else.
I think that's
Because
funny.
you guys are brothers, that's why.
Hell
Great
yeah.
minds think alike.
Hell
Brother
yeah.
is from another mother.
Have you ever had a time when you're out on the field, like during a tournament specifically, where you've had equipment go down or have an equipment failure and you had to try to fix it on the spot?
Nothing major, other than, the standard something stuck in your feed neck or you got a bad ball stuck in your breech kind of a thing, which you just have to follow the steps at that point, and kind of assess what the issue is, if it's, paint not cycling or if, paint cycling, but you're dropping air. Like, I don't know, you just have to initiate the situation and just start troubleshooting what's going on.
For sure.
Yeah, I had a issue this past weekend with my marker not shooting. I don't know what the hell it was. It was just like shooting one ball and stopped working, and then a couple seconds later, shoot another ball. Batteries were fine. I think the batteries on my hopper were fine. It's just the paint was a little dimpled, and so when my gun wasn't working, I had to take my hopper out. I started panicking a little bit. I'm like, shit's not working. Like I'm actively taking heat from the snake. I'm like, this shit's not fucking working. And like I'm just taking it apart. I feel like I'm fumbling with it too much. Is there obviously you could probably train for that, but how do you keep a cool level headed when you're in that situation? Just to be like, okay, I need to do step 1, then step 2, and step 3, and I'll be good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be just getting tight to that bunker and relying on your team to protect you at that point, especially if you're up there ahead of, someone maybe, letting them know that they have to protect you and they have the ball. A lot of times people will slingshot around someone if their gun's down too. And just again, take a deep breath and just start with the hopper. Typically is where you want to go, and then kind of work your way down from there. Is my methodical way. And again, just you're more valuable alive if than dead. Even if your gun is down, you can still affect the game and kind of keep the other team on their toes.
Yeah, because they may not know that your gun's down, so you can still do your part, communicate, be a distraction. Like you said sometimes people slingshot and then they'll take the aggressive role without even they'll take the heat while your gun's down, and then allow your rest of the team to put in work.
Mhm.
So I like that. I like that answer. This is a hypothetical. We've pretty much asked this to everybody, but I'm curious to get your take. What is something that you wish that, if JT got a magic loan and he had a bunch of money to put into the field, what would you want to see JD add or JT? I keep doing that. What would you like JT to add?
Oh man, I'm sure he knows my answer too when he listens to this one. It's definitely gonna be that 10-man hyperball turf field. That would be the dream.
Oh, you like hyperball?
Interesting.
Yeah, I just like all forms of paintball, and I really do enjoy playing with larger groups and 10-man, and whether it's just even again for fun at like a vintage big game or a splat ball GBG or anything there's flat tag, any of those, like, yeah, I think a bigger field would be really cool, and 10-man hyperball will still also provide, like, for me, what I like most is that competitive aspect.
For sure. Right.
You said a turf?
Turfed hyperball
Yeah.
field. Correct. Yes. That would be epic.
That would be super cool. That'd be super fun
Never
to play on.
Never thought about it, but now I'm thinking about it. Like, hopefully this continues. But we've been having a lot of guys show up at Annandale recently, and having a bigger field to do like 10v10, 10-mans, yeah, on a hyperball field, that would be huge.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I've played an Iron City Classic that was a turfed hyperball field, and it's such a cool experience.
That's awesome. I'm curious if it would be at all plausible if, let's just say, JT renovates the city field and makes it the 10-man hyperball field. I know Steve's put a lot of work into it, but I'm curious if that would be the play if he was going to add it. That's where it would be.
I think I've heard him talk about it, just hypotheticals and dreams and stuff, but I can't say for certain. I feel like we would put it on the further down. But I also don't know that that's right. So if it were me, though, I'd put it on the other side of the
agree.
airball.
Just because I feel like that city field is a great field for rental players to come in and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just keep your rec players closer, to the gates and all that stuff, and
Right.
and let your competitive tournament players, kind of do their thing, so to speak.
I'm not trying to ruin it for everybody else, but I was talking to JT previously when I met with him to get coffee and to get the jerseys from him one time. And I asked him about what he would like to do in the future, and then maybe he can elaborate when we eventually talk to him. But he said that he has shopped around to see whether or not an indoor field or putting something over the current speedball field would work at all, and he said it just costs too damn much money. And so if I won the lottery, I'd be more than willing to throw down the money on getting some sort of indoor field at Annandale, even if it's like the soccer dome, because he talked about like the soccer dome type thing, and that was like $600,000 or something like that. He said,
Wow.
I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. Even some of the cheaper options, it's like $300,000 to do, and it's just like, holy crap. And that's why. And then he talked about he found a warehouse in, I think, Annandale that he might be buying. I don't know. It's been a while, but he might be buying a warehouse in Annandale.
Man, this is all juicy news that I don't even know anything about. Where's Greenspan and what's allegedly right now? That'd be super cool, especially if it's in Annandale near the field, and it just makes sense for him, obviously, because he lives in Annandale. If what you say is true, then that is very exciting.
How far are you from the field?
Currently, I'm about 50 minutes from the field.
Damn, I'm even closer than Jake.
Damn.
Yeah, it's an hour on a bad day, but I enjoy the drive, so it's worth it.
Where you don't have to tell me exactly where you live, but where do you live?
Oh, you're good. I'm in Champlin. I actually, live with Tony from Raro of Air Assault.
Air Assault Factory.
Air Assault, yeah. We made jokes about, oh, dude, we should have done the podcast together.
Oh shit.
Well, we were gonna get Tony on here in a little bit too. So we had Trevor took one of his pictures, and there's a very candid picture of Tony, like he's leaning over and looking up. I'm like, we gotta get Tony on here. Use that photo. Yeah. But we're gonna get Tony on here soon. So
Yeah, give him like 4 weeks. He's about to go all out for the next couple weekends. So
Hell yeah.
he'll have some good stories when he gets back, I'm sure.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. I
hell yeah.
saw Trevor posted a video of Tony diving in the snake. Motherfucker's quick.
Yeah, too fast. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, he runs fast and he crawls fast. Belongs in the snake. But if there was one thing in paintball, regardless if it was just like an open play tournament, pro scene, anything, what if you could change anything about paintball, what would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, really, I don't.
Take your
I
time.
enjoy, everything about the game that at the moment, and I don't really see a lot of the negativity. I feel the one thing that I would change, if anything, is like maybe some of the lines that are like drawn between like organizations and teams, and it's not just maybe in the Minnesota area and like, but more of that camaraderie that you don't always see.
For sure. What do you think about the new 5-pod rule?
I'm for the 5-pod rule. I think it makes it forces the plays a little bit sooner and keeps the players on their toes and makes them a little bit more, I guess, precise or methodical with their choices and their decisions, and forces those moves again. So I support it. It's not that it's easy by any means to take out 11 pods and do your job and shoot a gap in a lane, and it's not what everyone wants to see. So I understand, and I also get why they have changed the rule, and I think it's good for the game.
Yeah,
We had Junior
I
on.
like it.
Yeah, we had Junior on last week talk about that new 5-pod rule, and he talked about, hey, if we're gonna implement that, we should implement it at all levels, at the NXL at least, where if you're playing divisional paintball for so many years, and then you go to, I think even semi-pro has no pod limit. You play semi-pro, and then you make this switch. You finally make that switch to semi-pro to pro. Then all of a sudden you're limited, and you never really practice the 5-limit pod unless you're practicing in practice or whatnot. But like, you haven't really practiced. You have been playing for that change. Now it kind of screws you, and you have to change up your whole mentality. But at the same time, understand that paintball players need to be fast on their feet and be able to overcome and adapt in certain situations. So it's a yin and a yang, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a good change. I think it helps for the viewers as well, because I mean, any video that you watch, it's really hard to tell exactly what people are shooting at, and then all of a sudden someone's just raising their gun up and walking off. So I think having a 5-pod rule helps a lot with the fact of just knowing what's going on more and seeing what's going on more. And like Jake said, people are forced to make more plays, be more methodical about what they're doing. So it just makes it more interesting to watch in a way.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make it more inviting for some of those new, players and, new people to watch the game in general, especially when they're streaming it. Again, that's one of the other things is they're pushed to go TV in some form or streaming service. Really is also, I think, one of the main determining factors for that, because of everything we've talked about. Again, making bigger plays and faster, more entertaining viewership.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So with your guys' tournaments that you're holding out at Annandale, are you guys planning on streaming it on anything other than Facebook, or do you guys just plan on keeping it mainly Facebook?
That would be a good JT question for
Okay.
sure. I mean, what do you think would be the best thing to do? Like, does he need to go Twitch? Does he just need to stream live on YouTube? I mean,
I think
I'm
the more
I'm not
platforms,
sure.
the better, to be honest. It makes it a lot harder. I mean, it's hard to stream on multiple different devices, so I could understand how that could be difficult. But I do think that having more options to watch more things, because I'm a younger player. I don't really use Facebook all that much. I mainly use Facebook for group chats and whatnot. So like getting younger people into the scene, I feel like Twitch or YouTube is a better option, just because that's what younger people use more than Facebook. I've said it a lot. I've said it throughout the years. I feel like Instagram is the younger generation's Facebook.
You want to know what's funny about that, Randy?
Uh,
So, although our Instagram page, the JFP Instagram page, is somewhat somewhat new. Do you want to know what our key demographic is?
What?
Older people.
That's why we use
I'm not
Facebook.
saying old people, but I'm saying like the 24 to 30 people age range. It's not the younger people.
Oh my gosh, you guys are youngsters. Now
I'm almost 30.
I'm feeling old here. I'm 36.
You
Oh
don't
wow,
look a
I
day
would have.
over
Yeah, I was gonna
27.
say I would have
If
never guessed
Bullshit.
that,
you're saying 24 to 30s old, what am I, grandpa? I mean,
Grandpa.
Unk status. What Brady would call you.
Yeah, fucking braided.
that's good. That's funny.
So kind of going off of all that, what is something you think as a community, mainly players and maybe, field owners, what do you think we could do mainly as players to get more people into paintball?
Again, just keep making it accessible and I don't know, making it fun, affordable.
Yeah, affordable is
Yeah,
definitely one. It's
yeah.
not a cheap sport by any means.
Like again,
Definitely.
like you're saying new players in particular, like I haven't put, too much thought into that per se,
Yeah.
A lot
I,
of people's first time playing is going to be like, a birthday party or something like that, or like a team event.
For sure. So how do you think we could branch out and make it more viewer accessible so people see it more rather than just knowing about paintball and only doing it for birthday parties or bachelor parties or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be that continued push that, Major League Paintball is doing and with their streaming services and trying to get on some of those bigger platforms like, NBC or ABC and trying to just be on normal television, I think will make a huge difference. If they can follow any sort of UFC motto and formula, like maybe do like a house with players and like competitions or like, I don't know, some sort of show like the original UFC show, but paintball would be pretty
Yeah,
interesting to see. I've heard some players like or people talk about that in the community, and that'd be pretty sweet way to bring awareness to the sport.
I think that's a great idea. That would be super fun to watch.
Because of that new field that has like a dormitory, right? Like 10 steps away from the field. I don't know what field that is, but it's like a brand new complex where it's like they've got like it's like 5 different like big rooms where there's a couple bunk beds, and you literally just go like you sleep at the up and you play paintball in the morning. And I'm just like, it'd be kind of cool to see if you get like a couple teams and in that situation and like the shit talking each other and whatnot. Like a reality TV show. Make
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it a reality TV. That'd be freaking sweet and funny.
I agree.
That'd be yeah, too good. Very entertaining. There's a lot of personality with paintball players for sure. And I think that's the Hurricane facility in Texas that you're talking about.
Yes, I think that's
Mm.
exactly right.
Yep. Russian Legion, they do the same thing. I saw a documentary about the Russians and they had dormitories right outside the field in Russia.
That's
Dang.
awesome.
Yep. So
Sleeping at the
apparently if
field.
JT wins the lottery, that's what he needs. is
Yeah.
dormitories.
Shit, I'd sleep there every night,
Mm.
bro.
Not me. I'm only 20 minutes away. I'll go home.
You could ride a bike to the field at that point.
Shit, I could. That would suck. I'd be too tired to play paintball by the time I got there. I don't know if
Didn't
I
say
could bike
nothing.
home.
It could be an e-bike, I never
Oh fuck yeah,
you'd be fine.
dude! Spend more money for paintball. Hell yeah, I'm down. Another two
So,
grand.
in our pre-show, you were mentioning something about Hormisa. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so I just mentioned earlier briefly that it was pretty cool. Also around that time, after meeting the Dynasty guys and like, Alex and Yosh and some of those founders of Hormesis, like a couple years later, 2023, I got named one of the community kings for the brand, which is pretty sweet. So I got a couple headbands and, they dropped some on the website as well. And like it's part of a cool 2023 class with some good people. And it was just a really cool honor to be named a community king and be all the way up here in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's huge. How did you get that title?
So it's honestly kind of up to Alex and Yosh, and then there's like some votes and some polls that are done online as well. But it's not just what people vote for exactly, because I didn't see my name like posted once or anything that I can recall, kind of a thing. But again, like like I've done some things with Yosh and Alex, and that camaraderie and that, that bond that I had with some of those guys after the thing and after the event, and yeah, so I thought it was pretty sweet honor to get nominated for Community King.
For sure. That's amazing. That's huge. Especially being all the way up in Minnesota. That's a huge title to have. I'd brag about that every time I went out to the field. I'd make sure all y'all know every day.
Oh gosh, it doesn't make me good on the field, but does make me feel good off the field.
That's a crown to wear, dude.
For sure. I still have the first one, number one, in the box, brand new. So I'll cherish.
No, I'm joking. I don't sell it. Don't sell it.
I was like, no, I'll cherish that one forever. So
Oh, for sure. That's a hand-me-down right there. So then, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
So playing up in Minnesota, how does the weather affect your play? With times you can play. I mean, we've all played in the snow up here many times at the beginning of the year, mainly. How does that affect you?
I mean, it's tough to not be able to go to the field every weekend. Like again, I go to the field to see like my friends and like do something I enjoy. Which is obviously paintball, and so it is hard to not have like that routine during the winter on those Sundays. So it's definitely not easy. And like my play style or like overall, I mean, it just again doesn't really makes me a little bit more timid. I'm gonna be less inclined to go dive into some snow.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like playing in the snow, but playing in the snow is kind of fun as a front snake player when you dive and you just glide down the snake. It's so much fun.
I mean, I like when the snow's falling, and I'm gonna play paintball regardless if it's snowing or raining, and I like to feel like I play the same regardless.
Yeah, for sure. Until you get wet and you step off the field and you're sitting out for a couple minutes and it's fucking cold.
That's
Yeah.
the worst. Oh man. I wanted to ask, what is something that you learned with playing with the Dynasty guys? Is there something that when you walked away you like learned? I was like, this is what's gonna stick with me for the rest of my paintball career.
Definitely. I think it was just in general communication, the level of the calls and the meanings of what they're saying, and trying to implement some of those things when I came back, which is kind of cool. But communication for sure.
Yeah, that's something you've always pushed for me. You've always told me and always pushed me, like communicate. You're not gonna come out here as a one-man army and win any tournament at any time. Communicate with your team, work with your team, push with your team, make plays with your team. You've always pushed that in my head.
For sure. Like I've heard, people say like one person can win you a point, but you're gonna need all 5 of you to win a tournament. So
For sure.
you can't do it all by yourself, for sure.
No, I think that's the beauty of paintball is, in other sports, they got positions and you work as a team in those positions, but like you're mainly focusing on you and your position. If you fail in your position, you fail as a team. Well, not always, but it's a good possibility. In paintball, it's kind of the same thing, but I feel like you're more working with your team because you have to communicate. You have to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Yep, 100%. Like if you're not all firing on, 6, cylinders, and you're not all in the same gear and you're not communicating, you're not going to go out there and succeed. Again, you might win a point or two, but you're not there just to win a point or two. You're there to win an event, and you got to be clicking for it to work.
Yeah. I feel like when there's no communication going on, panic starts to set in a little bit. People lose track of what's going on in the field. I was going to ask you, as a one, how does somebody get out of the mentality of being tunnel visioned? Is it the communication or is it something else?
I think it's going to be, like you said, like instead of being tunnel vision, it's going to be making eye contact or some sort of contact with the player next to you to get yourself out of that tunnel vision mentality. Being able to kind of widen that vision and again working with that person next to you rather than just going out there and trying to do it all yourself.
Yeah,
for sure. I was gonna ask this earlier, but I forgot. Are you guys doing all the SEPS events this year?
We're gonna try to do all the 5-man events. Yes. X ball ones are kind of going to be TBD. We'll hop in on some of those when we can. The 3-man X ball events and X ball or 3-man events, same thing. Kind of TBD. We'll hop in on those as we can. But our main focus this year is that SEP's 5-man, which they just competed in their first event. I didn't make that first event.
Oh, sad.
Yep. And then I'm from Omaha, so if we can, play anything in Omaha, like again, like a small 3-man, they do a bunch of cool mech events and low entry and low paint costs, and I don't know, they have hyperball, mounds, airball.
For sure.
So I think it'd be kind of cool to go down and play an event in Omaha as well and see family.
Yeah, no, for sure. Do you prefer to drive down to places like that or fly to places like that?
In the Midwest, I'd rather drive. So, I mean, even Kansas was a long drive, but I'd still rather drive to Kansas. But if I'm going to Florida or Cali or whatever, like Texas, I'd rather fly for sure.
That's way too far to drive. And you're gonna have
Yeah.
to take a pit stop so everyone can take a nap or something.
Yeah, like I personally don't mind like road trips. Like I did road trips as a kid, and like I'm honestly, again, I'd prefer doing a road trip for anything under like 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I was gonna say a couple things here. When we were driving down to Kansas, we took a route that led us through Omaha. So that trip to Omaha wasn't that bad, to be honest. It was the second half of the haul from Omaha south down to Kansas was a brutal part. But yeah, Kansas was a 12-hour drive for us because we had to pick up the South Dakota boys in Sioux Falls, and it didn't really add too much to the trip, probably like an hour. But it's still like, 10 and a half hours. And you add a couple pit stops to that, it gets to being 12 hours easily. It's freaking rough, dude. And although it's rough, I freaking love having the core because we take a group van, and we're planning on doing it again. And just having everybody just like bullshit and shit talking to each other is like the best experience that you can have for a team. And I hope and I wish that other teams would experience the same thing. I assume the Warbirds have done that. I've heard stories where wherever you try to take a van, you guys break down or something like that.
No, we definitely always try to take a van or something like that. I have not been part of any like breakdowns. We were part of like a crazy hailstorm and like thunder, like and tornado. Like it was insane. The van got damaged like real bad with this hail. That was literally almost like a golf ball. It felt like.
Oh shit.
We're all under this bridge. It was insane. Like ask JT, he can tell you about the story too. Probably much better than I could. But it was like the movie Twister. Like we were literally under a bridge, just like while this thing was going over us. It was insane.
That's
But never any breakdowns. But yeah, like you said, for team bonding, it's the way to go. Definitely to travel with the team in like a rental van. Like you guys are doing the whole EXL series, correct? This year as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's by far the best experience to get down there. Is just keep renting a van.
Yeah, especially when you don't have to drive. It's a blast.
Fuck you, dude.
Whoa.
I
Sounds like you're driving the whole way next time.
No.
He's not 25 yet.
I am 25 now,
Oh,
actually.
no.
I wasn't 25 last year, but I am now.
Oh,
Okay. You're
yep.
driving now.
I'm sick.
You're saying. It was like I said, although it was rough, I was joking to the guys. I was like, I'm just gonna take a fucking plane down to Kansas or Kansas City and drive the rest of the way there, or even drive to or fly into Salina, however you say it, because they got United flights from MSP to Salina.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna fucking just get a flight down there and leave all you guys.
Oh man.
I'd probably hop on a plane at that point and be like, fuck it. No, I think the drive there isn't bad. It's a lot of fun. The drive back after playing paintball and for an entire day, that can be brutal. Everyone's just kind of sore and tired, and you're trying to make the most out of every pit stop, but everyone's just beat. You just want to be home, lay in bed.
Yeah, it's every stop just isn't enough, and then everyone's getting that much more anxious and ready to get home for sure.
Right. You want to stop because you want to stretch and whatnot, but you don't want to take too much time because you just want to go home.
Most of the warbirds, we just try to sleep.
Yeah, a lot of people, some guys, because we woke up super early that Monday morning after the tournament, and I don't know, some of them napped, some of them didn't. There was a lot of talking going on, so it feels like not a lot of people got napped. Yeah, because near the end, people wanted to be dropped off at their own individual places, and I'm like, no, I want to fucking get, I want to get home.
Right.
So I got a little angry, and I was like, guys, what the? You can't just be constantly asking to. I dropped several people off at their own individual place. Just like I had to have the van back by 6. I was late by like almost an hour. They
They'll
didn't
get
charge
you
me.
for that. Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, they didn't charge me because I technically had it until like the early morning. But I told them to have it at by 6, and then yeah, they didn't charge me for it, so it's nice. But yeah, it's just like, oh man, it was so rough. You know,
Mhm.
I don't like getting angry with my team, but it's just like those long trips can certainly do it if you're not getting your proper sleep.
For sure.
But
For
this
sure.
whole go ahead.
JT handles a lot of logistics for us when it comes to travel and makes it a very, easy experience. We'll typically like all meet at one house and kind of carpool from there. We'll have like our Annandale group, and then the rest of us down here will either meet at like my house or Logan's house and kind of go from there.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
We can
That's nice.
we can go into more story about this, but yeah, we could also cut this out. But Keegan, when you dropped me off at your place, when I got to my car, dude, I swear I was gonna send you a picture, but I was too tired and too lazy. I said fuck it. I swear to God, there was a plastic blue ball next to my car in the grass. I swear to God, just like the one in the Airbnb.
That's hilarious.
I swear to God.
We gotta tell.
What am
We
I
gotta tell
missing?
Jason.
I was like, what am I missing? Is this like a creepy,
Yes.
like ghost or what?
Oh my God, dude.
Do you want to tell the story? Do you even know what happened at the Airbnb? Because it was kind of going around. I don't know if it got to everybody.
No, I didn't.
Oh
I
my
didn't hear.
God.
No.
So we got to the Airbnb. We literally just got in, and it's this fucking old house in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Kansas. So that we're out in the middle of nowhere, just outside of Salina, and old farmhouse that this place is at, and it's renovated though, but it's still nice, but place. And Randy and I are sitting next to you. We just sat down. We're sitting next to each other on a couch, and then all of a sudden the ceiling falls on us. And I'm like out of pure like, what the hell just happened? And like it bruised and cut up my leg. I didn't even realize it at first. I turned to Randy and I start laughing my ass off. I thought someone fell through the ceiling and was on the ground. And then lo and behold, it was this guy. There was a previous leak where they had water damage, and so they had to cut a hole in the ceiling. And the guy, he's a nice guy. I'm not shitting on this guy at all, but he drilled this piece of plywood onto the ceiling, and that just fell on us.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So
was
it
like-
wasn't just like a ceiling tile. It was like the actual ceiling.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like the old barn wood. It was like heavy. It was this big ass, like, I don't even know, dude. It was crazy. It just fell on us. And Braden, he's sitting in this massage chair. He watched the whole thing. He saw it fall. He saw it hit us. He saw me and Keegan just eye each other down because what the fuck? And he's crying, laughing the whole time. It
And
was
then, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and then dude, so then that happened and we're all just like, what the fuck, whatever. We move on, and then we're kind of just scoping out the Airbnb, looking around and whatnot, and the room that me and Seth are staying in, we're scoping out our room. Behind the door to walk in the room is another door. We didn't think too much of it. It's probably a closet. Me and Seth open the door and it's stairs to the basement. You can see like 4 stairs down, and then it's just pitch black. So it was just kind of creepy that it was in a bedroom to the basement. And then so then the next day, the Airbnb owner comes by to check things out, make sure we're all right, yada yada. And he's like, "Oh, what you guys think? The ceiling falling and some random weird creepy things. You think that's creepy?" He's like, "Check this out." He brings us up the stairs, and like in the hallway, in the stairs, there's this like cutout to like a crawl space. And he opens it and he pulls out this note. This is like old spider web note. He pulls it out, and on the note it says "Want to play a game?" with a big old smiley face. And we're like, oh hell no. Nah. Like, it's just creepy as fuck. He's like, I don't know who put this in here. My son found it like a month ago or something like that. And he's like, they were doing some like bug spraying in the crawl space, and they just found the note in there. And we're like, that's fucking creepy. And then a couple hours later, we're sitting in the living room again, and Trevor kicks out the kickstand on the couch, and I saw a little blue plastic ball sitting underneath. So I grabbed it and I threw it at Keegan, and Keegan swatted it away, and it bounced behind the couch and fucking disappeared.
Trevor got up. He got up, started moving the couch. He goes, "Bro, it's not there."
Yeah.
Or was it you, Ray?
No, I was looking for it.
Too?
Yeah, it was me, you, Seth, and Trevor. I was looking for it. We were scooting the couch, lifting the couch. We could not find this fucking ball. It just like disappeared. And we finally just pulled the whole couch away from the wall, and it somehow rolled all the way behind the couch, all the way around, almost like came out the other side almost.
It literally rolled 10 feet and then was hidden on the other side of the couch. And like we were lifting up the couch and we were flipping our shit. We were like, where the fucking ball go?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And, oh man, it's just we were actually scared shitless because the night before John, like right before he went to bed, fucking texted the group, yeah, this place is haunted, and he went to sleep. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean this place is haunted?
Yeah. It was
So you're
gonna say
creepy. That and not respond?
Right. And then so then the next day when Keegan dropped me off and I walked to my car, there was the same looking fucking plastic ball sitting in the grass next to my car.
Bro.
Dang,
It's creepy.
I gotta buy some of these and get them to the paintball field.
Oh hell no, dude. Hell no.
The thing is that the guy handed Randy that little note with the crayon on it, and Randy was like grabbing it and touching it. He's like, "Ooh, like what the fuck are you doing, Randy? Why would you touch that?"
I'm gonna get one of those blue balls and have it in my hand while I'm like you guys are at the start box at the next tournament.
Oh, no,
Oh my god, dude.
Shit.
I will
Just to fuck with
freak
you.
out, bro. Just waits till we're on the field. He just sticks the ball like halfway under a bunker.
I'll get one of those scary masks too. Yeah.
That'd be pissed.
Or when you're eliminated, I'll throw the blue ball at you too.
Where?
Oh man, that'd be hilarious. No, it was a blast, but man, we had some creepy ass experiences at that Airbnb.
I believe in ghosts. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been one to believe in them, but I've never been one to not believe in them. Like iffy on it. And then that night, dude, I was tweaking. Good shit, man. Fun stuff.
It was, and there was also like a really creepy school. Like it looks like a church, but it was like across the street was this little schoolhouse that back in the 1800s, you know, all the kids would walk to, and that thing just looked terrifying. Like you're like, if you were to be like, yeah, that's in a haunted film, yeah, that would be the definition of yeah, that's haunted. I'm like, we were like, yeah, and then we come to find we're talking to the guy like that Sunday night after EXL. He's like the nicest guy ever, but he's got some weird properties. So the garage next to the house was a POW camp for World War II prisoners from Germany and Italy, and they called it what is that, Cell Block A?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So he was just like leading us on to believe that this place was more and more haunted with every story he was telling us, everything he was showing us. Like we were already skeptical, and this guy just came by and he's like, yeah, here's another reason why it's haunted.
Better question is, are you going back?
Not to that one.
Fuck
no.
So the guy, so apparently the guy has other properties in this Salina area, and he said he'd hook us up with another property, 50% off the next one we do, and it's one in in Salina, not in the middle of nowhere. So it'll be hopefully nice.
No ghost included. Perfect.
Well, John said it has a 70s disco theme, and it might be still haunted. So I don't know.
Oh man.
TBD. You'll find out.
Indeed. Someone's either going to be playing really good or really bad the next day.
Fuck, dude.
Find out if it's a genie or a ghost.
Well, we're having, so I don't know if you know this, but we're having 2 Florida, or technically 3. One, the third is the guy's brother, and he'll be pit help. But we're getting 3 guys from Florida coming to play with us in this next EXL.
That's awesome. Like, are they like D3 drops or anything, or sorry, D4 drops for you or anything?
Yeah, so we already have one D4 player that's Randy. And then this other guy, his name's Steven. He's going to be our second D4 drop-in. And then Bobby is still D5. And his brother Brian will be pit help. He's coming to help and scout. He's going to help scout to other teams. And so we're super thankful to have those guys join us because Paul wasn't going to be able to join us, and so we replaced Paul for this tournament and have an extra body. So we'll have 9 guys going, 9 players, have a lot more pit help.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, honestly, like any successful organization, you're gonna have enough guys and again be able to find the combination that works.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
still be able to keep guys fresh with that number of guys, you know.
yeah. I
Good for you
remember.
guys.
I remember JD talking about God, I don't remember exactly what event you guys did, but it was a 3-man event. I think there was 5 of you that went. JD said he didn't play, but he just pitted the whole time and like literally just kept you guys going.
Oh, so this was our World Cup last year where we got 3rd place, where we rostered 4. JD was the 4th, and Andy was there as well, helping. He wasn't rostered or anything though, but he was helping in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tony, Logan, and I just balled out all day. And yeah, JD was huge to that success, and so was Andy as well. JT
Nice.
was back and forth doing meetings and things like that for the field, but yeah, you're not gonna succeed off the field, you know, or on the field, sorry, without having that pit and that support off the field.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the pit is very underrated. Like nobody really thinks too much about the pit. I guess like the players do. If you're not playing, a lot of people just make sure things are ready to get up and going. But one man is hard to keep 5 people good to go for the next point within a minute and a half. I mean, wiping people down, filling up pods, filling up their hoppers, filling up their tanks. One man, that's a lot of work.
Definitely. And you can tell which teams are like passionate and care about, you know, their pits, and then those are the ones that are succeeding more often than not.
For sure.
After a tournament, what is your guys' like team? What's the best way of describing this? Like you guys do a team dinner? Like do you guys have a set thing that you do after a tournament day that you do?
Yeah, so we almost always leave the tournament together, you know, in that rental vehicle typically, or if there's a separate vehicle, they'll meet us. But yeah, we go out to eat always. Discuss how the event went, and you know, everyone will go through and talk about their weakness and their strength for the day, and then we all vote on a team MVP as well after an event, and then yeah, just enjoy a good meal and try to relax before hitting the road.
I think it's really cool that you guys do a little team meeting for a team MVP and you guys talk about that because it helps people be recognized for the work that they're putting in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like you get to hear your feedback, whether it's positive or negative, you know, like the goods and the bads. And it is, yeah, a good thing for team development to, again, be able to let your teammate know what they did well and like make them feel good and only make them better.
For sure.
Speaking of that, Randy, you have the designs ready
I
for
do.
Junior?
I already sent it to him.
Oh no shit! Can you send it to me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Is that why you asked for the logo?
Yeah.
What are you guys designing? Some new jerseys?
Not new. Well, we're doing tech tees. We're doing tech tees, hats, and baseball. And then all of our Odyssey jerseys. Those will always be like our quote unquote tournament jerseys. However,
Mhm.
I think we may do like a very cheap because Junior does jerseys too, and he does supposedly cheap jerseys too, which are a little bit more thicker material for you know those early spring, late winter times we go out and play. So maybe
Mhm.
we might get like a quote unquote practice, like a cheaper practice that we can be liberal with.
That's what's up. You know, that's cool.
But
That teal blue is really sweet to like pull up to the field and like see 5 or 6 of those in the pitch. You're like, all right, we have a day ahead of us.
yeah, because JT commented those teal jerseys really pop out, and I was like, yeah, they do, because everyone's really typically has like a more neutral or dark color to them, and it's just like the teal really pops out. That's what I really like about it. But at the same time, I understand that there's drawbacks with it being like very noticeable. And so, like, if you're playing paintball, it's easy to see a teal jersey on the field. So,
Right. Right. I said it
but they're gonna
last
see
year.
you. They're gonna see you regardless anyway. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
said it.
hopefully they go ahead.
I said it last year when we were at Seps. I'd walk out onto the field and I'd look over to see where Keegan was because I always give Keegan a little hand signal walking out onto the field for good luck. And you look over and you just immediately notice the teal. It's really cool.
yeah. So going to these black jerseys, I don't know how the team will feel. I mean, we've gotten like a Chat GPT mock up of what it would look like, and the team loves them. But a part of me thinks they'll miss the teal. And I think we'll probably always go back to it and get a refresh every once in a while. But definitely, I love the teal a lot. Implementing a lot of Minnesota aspects into that jersey too. So like the bottom is the pine trees, and then we have like loons, fish, and then like boats, I think.
Yeah,
And then
it's
trees.
Yeah.
when you look at the details that you guys have on your jersey, it's pretty fucking cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm just very appreciative of first HK made a design, and I'm appreciative of them, and then what JT was able to do with GI to make those jerseys. Like everyone was phenomenal at every aspect, and I'm very appreciative of who took care of us and who is taking care of us and whatnot. And so it wouldn't have been possible if those people didn't do what they did. So thank you to those people. I don't know if they'll be listening because we have a niche podcast, but hey, if they listen, they listen.
Yeah, shout out to all you guys for helping us out, man.
Yeah, especially you guys. Yeah, the Warbirds.
Thank you. Nope. Again, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without having people to play against. So thank you guys for always being there and giving us, a run for our money for sure.
We try.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think if I truly look back, it's you shooting us more than we shooting you. So
Yeah, that's for sure.
So
it's only gonna make you guys stronger. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
man. One of these days I'll beat you in a gunfight. One of these days.
oh, you got me. You got me. I'm very modest, but yeah, you're doing great. You guys are kicking ass.
Appreciate
I
that.
appreciate it. What is one of your best or favorite moments out on the field playing paintball?
Oh, this is a fun one. It's not necessarily a single moment, but it had to probably be 2 years playing 10-man at World Cup with the Warbirds, and like JT and Steve and Bird and Trevor was there with us that year, and like everyone else that was on the team, Tony, Logan, like everyone, JD, like it's such a cool experience playing 10-man for the first time with the Warbirds. Winning one of our first points, and like Bird, realizing like the situation, and like Steve, and so we got JT's dad, Steve, to hang the buzzer, and like that was just a fucking sweet moment.
That's awesome.
Seeing that happen. And just in general, that whole weekend, playing 10-man with the guys, and granted, that's when I tried to push the boundaries, and I got 3 penalties that weekend, and I got shot by my own teammate. Like it was a very fun weekend for sure.
Hell yeah!
Shit, at least it wasn't Braden.
Well, yeah, we won the point. That's the thing, and because I had shot someone earlier or got someone pulled out on a penalty earlier, happened to actually be my roommate Tony.
Oh
We won the point. I'm in the center of the field at a brick, and Tony's behind me to the right, and he shoots me in the side of the fucking head.
shit.
At the time, definitely I wasn't too happy at the moment, briefly, but it was a funny moment, and JT gave him permission to shoot me if we won a point.
Hell
Come
yeah.
on, JT, that's not cool, man.
Yeah.
I
Hell
wouldn't tell
yeah.
my guys to do that.
Yeah, and then one
right.
of the times I got pulled on a penalty is when he shot me in the pod pack or whatever, and like or Cole shot him in the pod pack, and then he got me pulled on a penalty later in the day. Like it was yeah, it was something else.
That's awesome.
That's funny. But kind of piggybacking off of that, I have one more question. What is something that for any level of paintball player, what is some sort of advice that you'd give to somebody just to always keep in your back pocket?
Never give up, that's for sure, and to just fucking play. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I didn't actually intend to be like the actual
No, you
question,
didn't.
but
That was a great answer, though.
yeah.
Yeah, just to never give up and just understand that it might be hard at first, but it is a mountain that can be climbed, and it's not necessarily easy, but it's well worth it when you get there. And the progression in paintball, I feel, is really fast when you truly do commit to the sport. And like you put in the time, again, you can develop as fast as you choose based on the amount that you invest into the game itself and the hard work.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Jake's like Shia LaBeouf on the fucking outside of the net. Just do it.
I'm gonna have to do that now for sure.
Gonna be yelling at you from the sideline. Just fucking
Low
do
key,
this,
I
mate.
grew up with Shia LaBeouf. I don't care if he's crazy. I still enjoy his movies.
I agree.
Holes, hands down, probably the best movie he did.
Holes? Oh,
I'm tired of
100%.
digging this,
Yeah.
Grandpa. Laugh too damn bad.
Great movie, dude. That movie will go down in history.
And Disturbia, those two.
Yeah, I liked going off topic, but I liked Fury a lot. His performance in Fury.
Is that tank movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
That was a good one.
Tarantino, I think. Yep. Or no, that was not Tarantino.
I don't know who did it, but yeah, he did a really good job there. I liked him in the Transformer movies too. Those were good.
I agree.
Yep.
I just like the Transformers, dude.
All the kids. I grew up with the Transformers, so I had a lot of their Transformer toys, and so it was very nostalgic for me to watch those Transformer movies. So
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's me in the Ninja Turtle movies. You know, like a lot of people hate on those movies, but that's just nostalgia for me.
oh
For
yeah,
sure.
I had Ninja Turtle action figures, not Transformer action figures.
I remember watching
Which one's your
Ninja
favorite?
Turtles. Oh yeah. Which one's your favorite?
Oh man, it's gotta be Donatello for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Mine would have to be Raphael.
Of course. Yeah. The Beast.
I'm embarrassed. I don't know much about Ninja Turtles, but whenever I did, I was always a fan of the red one. So I think that's Leonardo.
No, that's
I
Raphael.
think that's Raphael, yeah. The strong one.
Yeah.
Okay, dang. Okay.
I remember watching Ninja Turtles like when they were in their those really shitty costumes. They're like a fluffy material almost.
Mm-hmm. I think that's like Ninja Turtles 1. It's almost like latex heads and like fluffy green arms and stuff. Yeah, those were the 90s ones, I'm pretty sure.
Those
1 and
movies were
2.
shit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I wanna thank you for coming on and talking to us. I know an hour and a half out of your day is a good chunk of time, so I appreciate you jumping on and talking to us. And thank you for what you do at the field at Annandale and for being a voice of the paintball community in general. We really do appreciate everything that you do, all the feedback you provide, the refereeing that you do at those Annandale tournaments. We thank you very much for that. And yeah, again, thanks for jumping on and spending some time with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for everything you've provided.
No, thank you guys. I mean, Keegan, you're becoming kind of an ambassador for paintball in the area and what you're doing with JFP and all the guys that that are under you and Randy, thanks for giving me someone to shoot every weekend, but no, seriously, again, we can't do what we do and get better without you guys, and I like to think the same for you. And
Sure.
Thanks again for having me on the show, and look forward to hearing what other podcasts and who else you bring on the show.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we just got one more question for you, Jake. What is the most important thing to remember before going out onto the field?
It's to just fucking play.